What's good, Washington fans? So we just signed wide receiver, kick returner Deandre Carter / punt returner as well. He's 5'8", 188 pounds. Guy was undrafted out of Sacramento State, man. He has a lot of speed. He's pretty explosive now. This is a guy who might not make the roster. We'll see. But if you look at his highlights, there's some preseason highlights. He has a couple of regular season highlights, not many highlights, but if you look him up and watch him, he's pretty explosive. He's real small. He's a slot receiver, but we're really bringing him in for punt returning and kick returning. You look at some of his kick return numbers right here. In 2020, he averaged 8.4 yards per punt return. He had 15 punt returns for 126 yards. And then in 2019 with Houston, had 22 punt returns for 214 yards, 9.7 yards per punt return. So that is an upgrade and better than what we did last year. As a kick returner, he had 20.8 yards per return. So that's decent. It's not bad. You know, say you get out of the end zone, you just bring it back to the 20-yard line. So it's pretty solid. He's not going backwards like we have last year. He's not muffing the punts. You know, he's fielding the punts. And you look up some of his film, some of his tape, he looks pretty good as a wide receiver as well. Now, I'm not expecting him to really crack the roster as a starting wide receiver, nowhere near that, or even as a fifth wide receiver, to be honest with you, or as a rotational wide receiver. But as a punt returner, kick returner, special teams guy, I think he can definitely help us out. Because he has been on the Texans, the Philadelphia Eagles, back to the Texans, then to the Chicago Bears, and back to the Houston Texans. Was undrafted, was picked up, was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Baltimore Ravens. So he looked like a preseason all-star, kind of like how Steve Sims was in the preseason, just going crazy in the preseason, running back punts and catching the ball, looking good in preseason. So and you look at his receiving numbers. He had 22 catches for 216 yards as a rookie, which is not bad, 9.8 yards per catch as well. So, you know, we'll see what he can do. Ran a 4.45 40 out of Sacramento State. Really fast, really quick. Was first team All FCS as well. He was a first team FCS All American back in 2014. Was a two-time first team All Big Sky in 2013 and 2014 as well. So if you do remember him, he did play for the Texans. There was a playoff game where they played against the Buffalo Bills, and he like did the signal like this to you know, to do a touchback and just let the ball go. But he picked the ball. He did the signal. He picked the ball up, threw it at the ref. And then the ref just let the ball play. He let them play, and the Bills picked it up and thought they got a touchdown. That's what happened. I just watched that YouTube video, but they ended up calling it back and say that he signaled like a dead ball or something like that. So try to do my research on Deandre Carter. Play for the Eagles. Play for a couple teams. Pretty fast, pretty speedy. Should be a solid upgrade at the kick returner, punt returner position if he does make the roster. Got a lot of wide receivers on the roster. Very crowded room. You know, we got, of course, Terry, Adam Humphries, Curtis Samuel, and then, you know, AGG, Calvin Harmon, Cam Sims, all kinds of guys at the wide receiver position. And we might even draft a guy, who knows, in the first 3 rounds or in the later rounds. We'll see what happens with that. So very, very crowded wide receiver room. Could just be a camp body, but who knows? Like I said, I mean, he looked good in some of his highlights. You know, you check out some of the preseason stuff, you know, he's just more of a kick returner, punt returner kind of guy. So I just want to make a quick video. I'm trying to make videos of all the signings that we make, small or big. I'm trying my best to do that and, you know, do more research, even on the small guys that we pick up. So make sure you guys tune in tonight. We'll be going live at 5:45 with Philly Mike. That's my guy, the entertainer, and then Cowboys fan talk. So those are my guys. So it should be good. You know, 5:45. Make sure you guys check it out. So once again, yeah, Cowboys fan talk and entertainer and Philly Mike. Those are my guys doing the NFC East roundtable to start it off. You know, talk some free agency moves and some draft talk. Got a lot to talk about tonight. So make sure you guys look up Deandre Carter and check out some of his highlights. Like I said, 5'8", 188 pounds out of Sacramento State. Really small, shifty, explosive, speedy guy for a kick returner, punt returner. All right, you guys. Hail to the football team. Peace.